Okay, we should be up on Facebook. Hi guys, welcome in Initial Haircut Pricing. We're going to skip an awful lot of the intro stuff that we normally do on every one of these programs because I really want to make sure I can get everything in during the limited amount of time that we have. So bear with me here because I just need to boot up all of what we got going on in order to be with you guys on Facebook. I need to have that camera on in the proper direction, and I need to have the live Facebook up on my tablet screen. It looks like that is truly happening. That's me. Comments. If you're in Facebook world, please comment so I know that you're there. I got the paper going. We deliberately went to flipping the camera so that Facebook would be in the correct direction. Let me make sure that that is, put that there. And it looks like we're angled down. We're going to angle up just a little bit, especially for the tablet. I'm continuing to monitor that to make sure. We got a few people here. Facebook world, if you're here, throw me some thumbs or let me know. Let me get me big on screen here. Pin video. Okay. Initial haircut pricing. This is going to be a little bit of a math class, and I don't want to scare anybody with that, but where you start determines where you finish. Your initial haircut price is your most important choice. It's your most important decision. And too often, haircut pricing is determined using the telephone. We're going to talk about how people do that. We're going to talk about why it's wrong, and we're going to share with you a better way to set your haircut prices. So I want to get my notes for this class, and I want to be ready to share this all with you guys. Schedules. Initial haircut pricing. Here we go. Here's my notes for initial haircut pricing. Now, reminders, it is Wednesday. Thursday, face shave system in the morning, and investment and savings at 11 o'clock on Thursday, 9 and 11. Friday is clipper over comb, hair cutting, and compensation systems. We're talking money, Friday at 11. So that's our Thursday and our Friday times, and our Thursday and our Friday classes. Reminder, shout out, Barbicide, sponsorship of mine. Good friends and important friends of everybody in the business right now. The action plan for reopening recommendations and the back to work plan. Barbicide.com/certification to get Barbicide certified, or go to my profile on Instagram to download these documents. Also, the programming here is brought to you by my friends at Jatai International. Jatai Academy. Sign up. Education every day. Great video education and content at Jatai Academy. And on my Instagram profile in the link is the link for Jatai. You can register to get your coupon code from them if you're purchasing Jatai products, and you should be purchasing and using Jatai products. They've got some wonderful deals and discounts and coupon stuff running right now. So that's a thank you to our sponsors. We want to mention, acknowledge, and recognize our sponsors. $100,000 hair cutter, 100 by 100. By now, you guys know the books. If we have time at the end on Q&A, we'll do the tip of the day. I'm going to skip that for now because I want to get right into the content. And I think there's 2 copies left of Bigger Busy Barber Shop. Remember, we had the 2-pack. New covers are on the way. Closeout pricing, $6.55 for a $15 book. Go online at ivanzoot.com and get yourself a copy of that. All right, so you're getting into the business. You're going to cut hair. How much is a haircut? How do you decide? Your haircut price decision is the single most important decision you will ever make. And your initial haircut, where you start, opening a shop, renting a chair, renting a suite, getting started in the business, where you start It's like your launching point. And it determines your trajectory for your entire career. If you start too low, and get this, if you start your haircutting at too low a price point, if you start too low, it'll take you years and years and years to get your pricing up, to be competitive and to make good money. You'll start out setting yourself way back. If you start too high for your offering, for your value proposition, for your marketplace, if you start too high, it'll take you years and years to build. It will slow your building process. It will hold you back and hold you down. So, I don't want to scare anybody and I don't want to freak anybody out, but where you start is super, super, super important. Now, how do most people determine their haircut price? They use a tool. There's a system. What do? They use a telephone. I'm going to open up. I'm going to cut hair in Anytown, USA. So what do? I pick up the phone and I call 6 places. How much is your haircut? Click. 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 You know, people do that. And they take all those haircut prices and they add them all up and they divide by 6. And they get the average haircut price in their community or the average haircut price in their marketplace. And then they look at that number. And I'm just making up numbers. Let's say that number is 20. The average price of a haircut in their community where they're going to open their business is 20. And they look at that number and they go, okay, well, if the average is 20, if I'm a chicken, I'm going to go 19. And if I'm gutsy, I'm going to go 21. But if I want to be safe, I'm going to be 20. And what you just did is you just made the single most important business decision of your entire career. And in order to make that decision, you base that decision on somebody else's bad decision. How did they get to their price? What went into their 6 phone calls? Are we all doing this? How do we know we got a good price? How do we know we've covered our cost? How do we know we're delivering our profit? I don't know the other guy's business. I don't know how long he's been in business. I don't know what his service experience looks like. I don't know how much he pays his people. I don't know what his rent is. I don't know anything about the mathematical dynamics of the business he's running. Yet I'm going to look to him or her as a foundation for what we've already discussed is your single most important business decision. How do I price my haircut? I want to take you through it. I want to now take you through the math problem of how do you price your haircut. In order to price your haircut, you need to know a few things. And I'm going to get my chart out. And I'm going to get my fat black marker because this is what drives these conversations. It's the big fat black magic marker. I'm going to make sure the pad's on the table okay. And I'm going to take you through this process. The first question you need to ask yourself in this process is, how many haircuts can I do? What is my capacity? How much business can I really do? And by the way, for this conversation, we're going to talk about one guy or one girl with one chair. So you're a chair renter or you're a suite renter. You're working alone. Play with me on this. If you have multiple chairs, if you own a business, if you're opening a shop, you can expand that mathematical calculation bigger. Totally get it, no problem. The math still works. The formula still works. But to keep the formula simple, I want to work with the formula as just one chair. Is everybody with me on that? Zoomland, throw me a thumb if you understand. Throw me a thumb if you're with me. Throw me a thumb if you agree. I see thumbs. Lizzie's back with thumbs. Lizzie's always quick on the thumbs. All right. So, how many haircuts can you do? Let's work with rough numbers. Let's say you're doing 2 haircuts an hour. And to keep the math even, you're working 10 hours a day and you're working 5 days a week. 2 haircuts an hour, 10 hours a day, 5 days a week. 2 times 10 is 20 times 5 equals 100. Your haircut capacity is 100 per week and approximately 400 per month. Everybody understands where we got these numbers. We're going to work on a monthly basis. Now, you will never really be full. You will never do all of that. In other classes, we've talked about occupancy. How busy are you? And we've talked about the fact that the goal is 80%. If you can be 80% occupied, 8 out of 10 of your appointment spaces are filled, 2 out of 10 of your appointment spaces are empty, you will be very successful. You will have time for the bathroom and time for lunch and time for suggesting and recommending take-home hair care product. You'll be able to interact with your customers. Everything will be really good. So you're looking at 80. So what you need is 80% of 400 for your monthly capacity. So it's 400 is 320. That means your real goal is 320 haircuts a month. That is our first very important number. Now, if you're going to do 3 haircuts an hour and work 7 hours a day, 4 days a week, that number is going to be very different. But I'm using this as a model. Thumbs up if you're with me on calculation number 1. The first thing you need to know is your monthly haircut capacity. Okay? I want to look for, okay, I'm just checking Facebook to make sure it looks good. Looks like you guys can see me real good on Facebook. Can you tip, I've got a lot of space at the top. I want them to see more paper if I can. I'm going to have somebody adjust my Facebook camera. Actually, no, they can see the whole page. We're good. Leave it alone. We're good. I'm happy. Okay. Now, that's your first number. You need to know that number. 320 haircuts a month. Now, this next question we're going to ask is, you need to know the cost of a haircut. I ask people this question all the time. How much does it cost you to cut a head of hair? How much does it cost you to cut a head of hair? How much does it cost you to deliver a haircut? And it scares me, makes me sad, makes me nervous, makes me worried, makes me cry. When I ask people, how much does it cost to deliver a haircut? I don't know. I don't know how much it costs. People don't know, and that scares the crap out of me because you've got to know how much it costs to do business. I have people sometimes say, well, it doesn't cost anything. I own my tools. We're good. That's just not true. Every single thing we do carries cost. Every single thing we're engaged in has cost associated with it. So you need to know the cost to deliver a haircut. How do you know that? You have to calculate it. So what you're going to do now is we're going to list all the money we spend to do haircuts. And by the way, Facebook chat, Zoom chat, if you have ideas about cost, put them up in the chat and we'll cover them. The first one is chair rent, or station rent, or suite rent, or building rent. It's going to cost you some kind of amount. Now, we're going to have 3 columns. We're going to have weekly money, we're going to have monthly money, and we're going to have yearly money, because some of these are paid differently. Our goal is to convert them all to monthly. So if it's a weekly number, we're going to multiply by 4. If it's a yearly number, we're going to divide by 12. Everybody with me on that? So that we can get these all down monthly, because we're working monthly. Chair rent. Let's say you're paying, and I'm just making up numbers, let's say you're paying $150 a week. Okay? You're going to have supplies. And for supplies, I'm talking about neck strips, barbicide. In the new COVID world, face masks, face shields, PPE, all kinds of stuff like that. Claudia, did you share your screen? Knock it off. All right. I know it was a mistake. Every once in a while, somebody presses the button by accident. Supplies. I don't know how much your supply numbers are, but we're working with numbers here. Let's say it's $40 a week. And I'm just ballparking some of these. You've got your license. I know in the state of Illinois, a license is $60 every 2 years. So that means it's $30 a year. These are all real costs. What about insurance? Now, I have a company that I work with, provides $2 million of liability insurance for $159 a year. You gotta have that. What about education? I don't mean your basic education, although you may have a student loan you're paying off. I'm talking about continuing education. I'm talking about videos. I'm talking about books like Ivan Zoot, books that you need to continue to educate yourself. I'm talking about hair shows. I'm talking about, and hair shows sometimes have airplanes and hotels and all this kind of stuff. David says tools. We'll add tools in a minute. Education. I'm going to budget for education one hair show. And if you play it right, one hair show could be $1,000. To fly to Orlando, to go to the premiere show, hotel, airplane, show tickets, spending money, restaurants, you name it. Tools. You know, a brand new clipper now could be $250. I'm going to budget for tools $500 a year. That may be low, that may be high, but it's a number. I just want to make sure you have the number. One of the most important ones that people forget, advertising and marketing. You're going to have to spend money to grow your business. This is printing business cards. This is Facebook ads. This is any form of advertising or marketing. I think in this area, I would budget here probably in a good active way. I would budget here $150 a month minimum for advertising and marketing. Now, there are times you'll spend more, there are times you'll spend less, but I think you got a budget for it. Does anybody else have, I wanted to cover some basics. Does anybody else have any numbers that need to be included in the cost of delivering a haircut? Rent, supplies, tools, license, insurance, education, advertising, marketing, and promotion. Anybody else? Got anything else? No, your gasoline, your clothing, your groceries, those don't fall into this calculation. That is money you spend after the fact. That's not the, getting to work is not included in this. Utilities are probably included in chair rent. If you rent a chair, you're probably getting heat and light. Mike, booking systems, that's right. We're going to call it your app for booking. That's going to be $30 a month for Booksy or another good one. I can't read that what that says.
Shop snacks or coffee.
It's going to go in supplies. Okay, my wife had a great idea. Credit card processing for owners. Dry cleaning is a personal expense. Time we can't assign a value to in this system. I like these ideas, but we want to keep this to the cost of doing business. Your dry cleaning is your own personal expense. Dollars for credit card processing for owners. Dollars for credit card processing. We're going to put that in advertising and marketing. It is a legitimate cost. It comes off the top of your services. Lisa says towels and laundry. Towels and laundry is going to go in supplies if it's paper goods. And you might have a linen fee if you're actually using a laundry service. Internet, if you're paying internet, that's a personal expense. If that's on your phone, if you're a shop owner, it's a larger owner shop expense, but internet on your telephone, on your personal telephone, is not a business expense. Business marketing, we've got down here in advertising and marketing. You guys are on the ball here. I like this stuff.
If you're using internet for Facebook and stuff.
It's not a cost of doing business. Okay. Now, here's what we got to do. 150 times 4 is 600. 40 times 4 is 160. 30 divided by 12 is, we're going to round it up, we're going to make it $3. 159 divided by 12 is $14. And again, I'm rounding some of these. $1,000 is $84. 1,000's 84. 500 is $42. And these two numbers were monthly dollars. So now we have to add up all of our expenses. Throw me a thumb if you're with me so far. You understand why we're here. We're working monthly. we multiplied our weeklies, we divided our annuals, we took all of our costs, and we added them up. I'm going to add this column. Okay, here we go. That is our monthly number. You know, you think I'm paying $150 a month for chair rent. That's my costs. It's almost, it's almost 7, 8 times that. It costs us in this situation, and this is just off the camera. I want to tip the camera down. $1,097 a month to do business. That's our cost of doing business. Now, those of you that are thinking ahead have done the math already. What do you got to do? You got to divide 1,097 by 320. Divide 1,097 by 320. So what we're going to get is, how much does it cost me to do one haircut? I can do 320 haircuts, but I'm going to have to spend that money to do it. So we divide it. 1097.0 divided by 320.0 equals. We now have an answer. $342. We now have an answer. The answer to the question, how much does it cost to deliver a haircut, is very simple. In this scenario, it costs us $3.42 to deliver a haircut. Thumb me up if you understand what that number is and how we got that number. I want to make sure everybody's on board with this. This is the cost to deliver a haircut. Our haircut capacity is 320. 1,097 is our cost per month. Divide it out. Boom. Done. Now, we have to be busy to hit that. Keep in mind, if any of these numbers change, it changes this number. If we can cut hair faster, this number becomes lower. Are you saying $3.42? Yes, I'm saying $3.42.
That's not what that's.
I got to put a decimal point in there. $3.42 is the cost to deliver a haircut. If that didn't look right, I apologize. I'm going to write it again over here. $3.42. That should look better for everybody. $3.42 is the cost to deliver a haircut. Now, if you can rent a chair for less, that'll bring this number down. If you choose to use better supplies, it'll bring that number up. If you can advertise more, spend more, it's going to cost you more to deliver each haircut. There's a dynamic here. There's a machine here. It's in motion. So, we're going to save this sheet. I have to pull it away to do the next calculation. But please remember, and we'll come back to it, 320 haircuts, our cost, $10.97, costs us $3.42 to deliver a haircut. That's formula number one. Now, we need another number. I said we needed 3 numbers. We needed our capacity, we got it. We needed our cost to deliver a haircut, we got it. Now we need to know our profit per haircut. It's the simple answer to the question, how much money you want to make? You want to make money? Are you doing this to make money? We got our costs covered. Now we have to add in our profit. So I'm going to pick a number for an earning number, and we're going to work from there. You may want to earn more. You may want to earn less. It may be more or less realistic for you, but we need a number. We got to have a number. So I'm going to say, just plucking a number. Just want to look at my notes. I'm going to say you want to earn $55,000. That's net. That's take home. Okay? You want to take home from this $55,000. For somebody relatively new in the business, out of school a little while, working hard, growing, that's not this number yet. You want to get there. You're not there yet. That's on the way. This is a goal. But along the way, you're going to make a little less in the beginning. So you want to earn $55,000. But if you want to take home $55,000, you got to pay your uncle. Uncle Sam gets a cut. We need taxes. So we're going to take $55,000 and we're going to figure for taxes, I'm going to use 22% as a tax rate. That means in order to take home 55, you have to bring in $67,100. You have to earn $67,100 a year in gross income to net $55,000. Does everybody understand where I got that? If you understand, throw me a thumb. I didn't ask you if you like paying taxes. I didn't ask you if you want to pay taxes. I didn't ask you if you think paying taxes is good or fair or right. But it's America. It's the land of the free and the home of the brave. And we report our income and we report our tips and we report 100% of the money that we earn and we pay our taxes, we pay our fair share, and we enjoy the benefits associated with being a part of America. That's just the way it works. Now,
nobody can see it? Oh, sorry.
okay? Now, in order to earn $67,100, and that is our gross earning goal, we got to divide that up by the month because we're not going to earn that all in one day. We're going to earn that in a year. So we're going to take 67,100 divided by 12. That's $5,591. So that is $5,591 per month. Now we have a monthly income target. We know how much money we need to earn in a month. Okay, stop screen sharing. I know you did that by mistake. All right, $5,599 per month in order to get to this annual number. So now we know our monthly income goal. Can anybody tell me what we do next? What do we do with our monthly income goal? Anybody know? You divide, no, you don't divide by days, Alexis. We're working with a monthly number. What do you divide it by? You're right, we're going to divide it. What are we going to divide it by, Alexis? Because we already know our cost per haircut. We need to know, we have to divide it by 320, Mike Porter. Bingo! We have to divide it by 320, David. Bingo! We have to divide it by our haircuts. So remember, and I'm going to move this number to here. 320 is HC/MO, haircuts per month. 342 is our cost per haircut. Cost per haircut. Now we want PPHC, profit per haircut. So we take $55.91 divided by 320. $17.47. Okay, guys, now we got a conversation. Now we got some math. Now we got some numbers. So here's what we know. Okay, Alexis, you got it. I can do 320 haircuts in a month. It's going to cost me $3.42 per month per haircut to do those haircuts. And in order to hit my income goals, I need to profit $17.47 from each haircut. What do we do next? Somebody tell me, what do we do next? Come on, guys. I know you know. Add cost and profit. Madison, bingo. We take this number plus this number. So we're going to take our profit per haircut, 17.47, plus our cost per haircut, 3.42, equals, boom, $20.89. $20.89 is now our MHCP. That is our minimum haircut price. If we are to cover our cost and deliver our profit on every haircut, we must charge a minimum of $20.89. We've now done the math. We've now done the work. We've now done the hard part. We now know that our minimum haircut price viably to hit our income goal and to cover our costs is $20.89. $20.89. Mike, this is wicked. And nobody does this, and people don't know this, and people don't understand this. And this is the simple math that will change your life in this business. Now, here's what we do. Once we know this, once we have this information, can anybody guess what we do next? Can anybody guess what we do next? Now that we know this, now that we have this data, it's very simple math, Mike. What about our value? Patrice, don't get ahead of me. That's not what we do next. We added it all up already. What do we do now, guys? Now we go back to the beginning. What we do now is now we pick up the telephone. Now we call 6 barbershops in our marketplace. Because we've done our homework. How much is your haircut? 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 You call 6 shops, you add them up and divide by 6. Now you get an average price of a haircut in your community. No, Lisa, you don't triple it to get your price. And I see your LOL on there. I like you. No, here's what you do. You call around. And just like last time, you call around and you find out that your average MKT AVG, your market average was 20. Now you got some information. Now you got a basis for making a decision. The market average is 20, and you need to be 21. We're going to round that. $20.89 becomes $21. So, what can you do? If you think you need to be 20, you could cut your costs to get that number down. How could you take 89 cents out of every haircut? Or you could cut your profit. If you change that from 55,000 to 50,000, that'll change this number. That'll bring this number down. That'll bring this number down. That'll bring this number down, and you get to 20. I think it's better to figure out how to do this. So here's my question. You've determined that the market is 20. If you choose to be 19, you're not going to deliver your profit. You'll cover your cost, but you won't deliver your profit. If you choose to be 21, you'll cover your profit, you'll cover your goals, but you're going to be higher than the market. Can you be higher than the market? That's the real question. Can you be more expensive than the market? What if you did this calculation and this came out to be $26? Can you be $26 in a $20 market? Yes, you can. I like that Mike put an extra couple S's and an exclamation point on there. You can be north of the market average, but this is what Patrice was talking about a few moments ago when she asked the question, what about your value proposition? Can you do more? Can you be more? Lisa, exactly. Can you give more? Can you do more? Can you be more? Can you offer more? Can you provide a better experience? Can you provide, we talked the other day about adding the hot lather neck shave to your haircut conversation to enhance what you give and what they get. We talked about steam towels and how they can enhance the experience you deliver to be worth more, so people will happily, gladly, and enthusiastically pay you more. Bingo. Set yourself apart from the competition. Exactly. You find out that you need 21 to be you, and the market is 20. I don't care. I'm going to blow the market out of the water. I'm going to be more expensive, and I'm going to have a line of people excited to come give me their money. Set yourself apart from the... I'm charging 30. Mike, as long as you do this exercise, you've covered your cost. You know, let's say, Mike, that you believe you can deliver an experience worth 30. Well, then what's going to happen? Well, you can earn more money. You'll have a higher income. You'll take home more money. You'll blow this out of the water. And keep in mind, if you charge more, you can spend more here. You can do a little more advertising, or you can buy yourself nicer tools, or you can enjoy another hair show and more education, or you can use better, nicer supplies. Instead of using crappy hot lather, you can use Clipper Guy shave cream. You can use premium quality products, which in turn will deliver a better experience, which will make it easier for you to charge more because people will believe you are worth more. You can play with the formula. You just need to know how the formula works. You just need to know how to play the game. Q&A time, guys. We got through that pretty quick. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed the concept. I hope you enjoyed the information. I hope you can use this stuff. I hope it all made sense. Mike, this was great. Thank you. I appreciate you so much for being here and being a part of it. Q&A time, guys. And we'll probably put a bow on this a little bit early because we're running ahead. And I will get to enjoy my lunch. Dave, you talked about $4 million. That program, that savings and investment program, is tomorrow at 11. Tomorrow at 11, David, is the savings and investment program for professional haircutters. That is the program that will tell you, show you, share with you exactly what can be done to retire with over $4 million with a simple system. A barber, somebody doing the kind of things we just talked about, cutting hair for people, can retire at the end of a career with $4 million or more dollars. That's tomorrow at 11. Any other questions, guys? Q&A. Hit me, hit me. Thank you, Lisa. I love sharing this stuff. This is some of my most favorite stuff to share. You know, there's a guy out there somewhere who wants to show you how to do another fade. I'll show you fade techniques. I've showed you fade techniques. But I think this stuff is much more important. Mike, you want to have a conversation? Go to ivanzoot.com. Go to Talk to Me or reach out to me on... any social media platform, DM me privately. I will be happy to talk to you. Mary Hutchinson. Are you really asking me that question? Mary Hutchinson, do you think you know the answer to that question? Mary Hutchinson, I've been in the business for 30 years plus, 33 years, helping people build and grow their business. I've owned a salon. I've been a platform educator for a long time. Mary Hutchinson, what do you think's the answer to that question? I'll let you decide. Donnell, thank you so much, buddy. I appreciate you being here. Amy, thank you for the thank you. All right, guys, it's a little bit before 12. I've had a very busy day, 3 hours, 3 classes, back to back to back. If you missed the class on America's Beauty Show channel on Facebook at 10 o'clock, go back and watch it. What do you think? Should your clients tell, should they tell clients they are new to the business? Don't worry about it, they know. They can smell a rookie. But don't let that scare you. Don't let that bother you. Don't let that freak you out. It's okay if people know you're new in the business. You're learning, you're growing, and you're doing. I was once new. And you know what? When I try something I've never done before, I'm going to be new that day too. I'm constantly trying to be new in this business. It's okay. It works. Be new. Be fresh. Be excited. Be interested. Be ready. And then go out there and win. And if you do that, you will be a $100,000 hair cutter. Get the book. Get the book. Paper, digital, audio. By now, I got to check the web. I'm sure the last of these are gone. If they're not gone, $6.55 for an entire year of marketing for your business. Before they're gone, get them. The new ones will be out with the new fresh covers. Those are coming soon. Thanks, guys. Have a wonderful day. It is lunchtime. Love y'all. See you tomorrow. Mike, did you send me mine yet? If you ordered it, it's in the mail.
You gotta do.
You think?